Yes, people, welcome back to episode 6 of the Profit Philosophy. We're smashing it every week. We're not slowing down. I'm here with the man himself, Rambo, aka Harleen. How are you, brother?
Doing very, very good. Excited to come on again.
Come on, come on. Only a few more days till you're back in the homeland. How does
Oh,
that
bro, I
feel?
can't. I cannot wait, man.
Back to
I
routine,
can't
yeah.
wait. As much as I love this place, yeah. As much as I love this place, I need to get back and just start getting to work properly.
Yeah, 100%. There's something about just having your process and like where you do all your work and how you get everything done. Like for me, I definitely do want to experience going other places and stuff like that, but I feel like work wise, it's probably not as optimal. Like it's more optimal life wise in terms of like how you're living your life and it's a lot more enjoyable. But obviously, you need to give away a degree of the working 24/7 to then be able to go and do that. How have you found it going from just strictly working all the time to now having some sort of downtime where you can like just relax a bit more?
I mean, low key, like every brown person watching this will relate, but going to India is not downtime because you're constantly traveling, seeing family and stuff. And
Yeah,
it's like, because again of time zone differences, I'm having to jump on calls at like 2, 3, 4 a.m. So I'm not even sleeping properly. And
yeah.
yeah, like even right now it's 2:30 a.m. and I'm on a podcast episode, which I'm not complaining about. I love it. But it's like, holy crap, I'm like exhausted. But apart from that, life's good. I'm hoping within a few months to go on holiday to somewhere in Europe, so the time zone difference isn't too bad.
Yeah, definitely. I think Spain's calling me at some point, Barcelona or something like that. But we won't get distracted. We won't get distracted. One thing I wanted to go into, shout out my boy Kai, if he's listening to this. He has got an online sportswear slash designer store where he resells and stuff like that. And I think it's quite a good niche to speak on because there's a lot of people at the moment trying to do this, but there's not a lot of people successfully doing it. So what I wanted to ask you on is what would you suggest is the best way to scale or the best way to get from 0 to 5K per month doing something like that? Would you say it's solely in the ads and the content that you're putting out?
No, so like with ecom, like selling products, I could be wrong here, but from what I've seen and noticed is you like 10% of your sales will come in on the front end and
Right.
90% will come in on the back end. So what I mean is you want to be willing to break even, maybe potentially even lose money on the front end, just to get all these customers in, collect their information, etc., start making some sales. And then what you want to do is have long-term back-end retention through email marketing, especially
Mm.
to make sure that you can constantly resell to the customers. So you want to have bring as many customers into your ecosystem as physically possible, and then just have back end automations, email marketing in place where you're
Yeah.
segmenting emails, all that good stuff as well. And that's how I'd
Yeah.
probably make a whole bunch of sales with ecom.
Sick. Yeah. Because I've been telling him at the moment to be just heavy on the content because he's not really put too much content out there. He's got his own WhatsApp chat where he puts in a lot of the sales and stuff like that, and that is very active. But outside of that, I was
Mm-hmm.
saying definitely the content to build some sort of personal relationship because I know a few different people, one of which I've worked for. Restocked they're called. They've got a couple hundred K on Insta, a couple hundred K on TikTok, and that is just the one boy going about interviewing people and making the topics based upon the product. So he'll show two t-shirts that are in stock for him and say, what one do you prefer? And make a video around that and it will go viral. And then he's reaching loads of leads at the one time through that. And then obviously, as you said, ads as well. If you can invest, and even if it's a case of you not profiting straight away, you're gaining all of these leads which are going to buy from you more than once in theory. So you're going to make that money back.
Yeah. The good thing is like with the customers that you get, like they're customers with intent because they've already bought from you.
Yeah.
And I think it's 7 times cheaper to resell to an old customer than it is to acquire a new one. So
Yeah,
keep that in mind as well. Like, do anything you can just to get one buyer, because you can constantly resell to them over time, and obviously that's
yeah.
where you get your money's worth.
Yeah, sick, bro, sick. I'm sure you'll appreciate that because there's a lot of people who are in that stage where they've either just started with business and they're pushing through, or they're just at the stage before they start, and there's so much unknown that causes people to just instantly procrastinate and slow them down. Whereas if they get their questions answered, like we just did there, it can actually put people months ahead in terms of the momentum and stuff it can create for them. I wanted to go into financial goals for anybody listening because it's such a crucial thing to have. And I know
Mm-hmm.
very recently you've hit one of yours, and obviously you've had a lot of time in India to reflect and set new goals. Likewise with me, um, I've definitely got my goal set and target. So for me, in the next 3 to 6 months, I want to be making 20 grand per month, nothing less. So that is the goal for me, and it definitely will be getting achieved. But it's good to speak about it on here to hold the accountability and just to show people that it's possible because there's a lot of people that could be listening that are from Sheffield, and you're not actually directly from Sheffield. Where's the place called again?
It's called Telford, but let's just roll with
Telford.
Sheffield for now.
Telford, and then just anyone in Scotland. Like, there's so many people that they're just they're not setting the right financial goals and they're limiting themselves and where they really can go. And I done that myself. Even when I was speaking to Harleen a couple of weeks ago, I said 10 grand, and in my head I had 20, but the limiting belief was like drag it down by 50%, and Harleen was like, stop being a pussy, bro. Do you know what I mean? So it's so key to have those goals there. So I'll let you get into yours.
Yeah, so it's funny you should say that because I want to touch on the accountability stuff, like not accountability from other people, but accountability to yourself. Like
Yeah,
if you go on my Instagram feed and even my TikTok, I've got it pinned. Um, I posted a video end of December, I believe, or maybe start of January, and I said something like, "My goals for 2025 is I want to hit 20K in a single month." And your boy went and hit 25, like over 25,000 in a month. And it's like, I don't know what it is, but when you put that energy out and you say, "Yo, I want to do this," you're gonna end up doing it by accident. To be honest with you, like I didn't even like I didn't change anything. I just like improved like some little tweaks. Like I improved my sales skills, etc. And I went from zero to hero. But now that I'm in India, I've made less money. So I think by the end of this month, I should be on, like, I haven't been running ads or anything, but I should be hitting close to 10K cash collected. So about 12, and that's in pounds, by the way. So 12K USD cash collected. And it's like, I think I'm going to, when I go back home, I'm going to go ahead, go hard on my marketing again, like redo everything, hit bigger, better clients, charge more money as well. And I'm going to go ahead and aim to hit 50,000 in a month. And as soon as I hit that, we go straight for the 100, babe.
come on. Doubling it every single time. And it's so true what you said about when you set the goal, you're so much more likely to get there, especially if you visualize it in the right sort of way. I actually saw a clip today on Instagram, and it was Theo Vaughn, and he was speaking to someone. I think she was a neuroscientist, and she was saying that your brain doesn't know the difference between you visualizing something and it actually happening. Like, it releases the same
Mm-hmm.
chemicals in your brain. And if you do visualize something so strongly that your brain genuinely does believe that it's real, how can you then not become the person that achieves that thing? Like, it's pretty much hand in hand.
Bro, 100%. I was on call with one of my coaches and like I asked them what I should do. And they just flipped the question on me and they said, "What would 100K per month Harleen do?" And I was like, I've got my answer. And I just went on. And it's like, the thing is, like, it's so important to act as if. And by the way, I was that guy who did not believe in this stuff at all. Like,
Yeah,
spirituality, manifestation, hell no, bro. Like, I never used to do
yeah,
any of that type of stuff until I became more open because I was completely stuck. And lo and behold, your boy went and hit 25K and will hit 50K,
Yeah,
realistically 100K pretty soon. And I wasn't meant to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Me and Aaron will be upgrading very, very soon.
we will
So
be.
keep your eyes peeled for that, and I'm not going to say any more.
No, but very, very exciting times. Leading on from that as well, we have a mascot that is joining us called Pablo. He is going to be
Let's
home
go.
on Sunday. Yeah, I'm getting a puppy, rescuing it. So yeah, we're going to have an official mascot as well. But yeah, a point that you mentioned there about belief and even God. I feel like on that topic, believing in God and having that extra level of faith is so crucial within business specifically because if since I've brought God a lot more into my life, a lot of the problems I'm facing are getting dealt with much easier. Like there's a lot more gratitude and just like almost the ability to hand off my problems, whereas before it was just me dealing with them. And yeah, having the extra faith there through believing in God and having God come into your life, it's crazy the difference that it actually does make.
Yeah, 100%. I think one thing that I think we need to as human beings, need to give ourselves more credit for is like, it's the fact that, like, forget about which God to believe in or whatever. Like, just the fact that the human being is capable of having faith, and faith alone can really mean you are at either 0K per month or 10 million
Like
per month, for example. It's like you've got to give yourself more credit and understand that faith is where everything begins, and faith is what brings everything. So if you have limiting beliefs, anything to do with self confidence, like 1,000,000%, just understand how far just simple faith has taken humans, and just understand that that's how capable you are as a person as well.
yeah, yeah, facts, bro. And there's literally no negatives that can come from bringing God into your life. Like you might get some people, and I used to be the person that was very heavy on like not believing in that sense. So I do definitely understand both perspectives, but there's zero negatives when you do believe. It's like what I was speaking about in the last episode about deluding yourself in the right way. Like if you can delude yourself that you are the guy in every single sales call and you close all the sales calls, are you really deluded? Do you know what I mean? In
Hmm.
the same way with this, it's like if God is a net positive to everyone, then surely the point of God is then met in that sense because it's achieving what it needs to get achieved and it being a complete net positive for
Yeah,
everyone.
100%.
You know,
Mm.
but I'm not the most
I got a
educated
question.
on
Like,
this.
why?
I'm new to it, so
I get it, bro. But I got a question. Like, what changed? Like, why or how did you go from like maybe atheist before? I'm not sure.
yeah,
Maybe agnostic to
yeah.
being more close with God.
So, bro, it's so weird, but like I just kept having the thought of buying the Bible. It's such a weird thought, but I just kept getting this thought in my head to go and buy it, and I didn't really understand what, but I just went and done it. And I've not read, to be completely honest, a huge amount of it. I've only got probably about a third of the way through it, maybe not even. But I don't know. It's almost like, as I said, it brings like an extra feeling that I can't really describe, to be perfectly honest. But the best way I can describe is it really allows you to let go of your problems. And I'm definitely someone that can hold on to quite a lot of stuff and like get annoyed and angry and all that. And it allowed me to relieve a lot of tension and like headspace and just like baggage that I was holding on to for no reason. So I think I got to the point where I was just that fed up of doing it that I don't know, the thought just appeared in my head. So I would call that God in itself, to be honest. What about you? What
Bro,
led
that's
you
so
into?
awesome. It's like, I mean, first of all, that is awesome. Like how you went from like how like it's crazy how just by having the Bible, you give yourself permission to act in a more productive and better way. So like
Yeah,
huge props
yeah,
for that.
appreciate it.
In regards to me, like how did I get into it? Like, okay, so my I grew up in a religious household, but I wasn't into it myself. And when I went to university, I kind of lost my way a little bit, and I
Yeah,
started trying to seek pleasures from things that doesn't give you pleasure, if that makes sense. So I started like going out more, just stuff like that.
yeah,
And I quickly realized this, like going down this path, is actually taking me further away from where I want to get to. So,
hmm
long story short, what happened was I started researching different religions because I didn't really believe in my own at that time. Started researching different religions, and I realized, oh wait, every religion is like literally saying the same thing. Like there
yeah,
has to be some truth here. If all these different religions from different times, if they're all saying fundamentally the same things, there must be some truth there. And then once I start to live by it slightly, lo and behold, I am now here. So I'm not complaining.
yeah,
It's a very good way to balance yourself, a way to make better decisions, and a way to be less emotional and overall have more fulfillment and genuinely enjoy your life more.
yeah. Facts, facts. And without going too deep into like the matrix and the political side of things, I also saw like the opposite side of God and religion getting promoted a lot, which made me then also turn to that because with yin there has to be yang. So if there's people promoting the devil and weird stuff along with that, then and it's promoted so heavily, then surely the opposite must be true as well. So that was a bit of logic that I used for that. Um, a slightly random topic as well that comes to my mind is I saw a video of a guy saying I don't know if statistically it is true. He didn't have anything backing it up, but that ChatGPT can make you up to 10 IQ points smarter. And honestly, I believe it potentially even more. It might have gave me 20 or 30, honestly, because the amount of times that ChatGPT has saved me, like even the other day when we were speaking about the ads and we were like, that's a ChatGPT question right there. Like, when else in
hmm
history have you been able to go and have an in-depth conversation with something that can get you an answer for practically everything? Like, bro, it's crazy.
I'll tell you something like quite insane that I do this. I have a chat GPT. Like in chat GPT, if you pay for it, I think maybe even in the free one, that you can make folders to like separate your chats. And
Yeah,
I have a folder called therapy where I literally just go ahead
yeah,
and pour my heart out every time something goes wrong. And because it keeps a memory of exactly what I say to it, um, all that good stuff there.
yeah,
ChatGPT actually knows me very, very well, and it knows like the right thing to say, which is kind of crazy. So I
yeah.
get my like therapy from ChatGPT. I should probably get a therapist, but it is what it is.
That's
It
more
gets the
cost
job done.
effective. That's more £10 a month.
Yeah,
That's light work.
yeah, light work, bro. Like, what do I need a therapist for? No, I'm joking. If you need a therapist, please go hit up a real therapist. Do not do
So,
what I do.
so what? See how you've been away and you've not been running the same type of ads that you have been sticking with. You've now went with follower ads while you've been away. What is the success
hmm
rate of them been, and is it something that you think you're going to continue doing in the long run, or is it just something that you're going to do when you don't want calls getting booked?
Yeah, so I have this like thing where I'm like, there'll never be a time in my life unless I physically run out of money where I'm not running ads. Whilst I was in
Yeah,
India, I don't really want to take sales calls, to be honest. I'd rather, like, it's hard enough keeping up with clients, still
yeah,
getting them the same results whilst I'm not able to sleep, not traveling, don't have the right internet connection. You don't even have the right setup. Like, look at this lighting. But I'm still here, like, doing my end. So, what I have started doing is, yes, follower ads. And I've done it in a slightly different way. Most people say follower ads is just boosting a post, and I have done a what was it called? I think it's a traffic campaign that I did, but I'll have to look back on my modules. But
yeah,
I did a traffic campaign, and I made 5 different creatives, launched them. The call to action is go to my page, follow, and I have found this before optimizing anything. My cost per follower was £1.89, which isn't terrible. And what I did was as I was as the ads were going out, bringing new traffic onto my page, and then I was posting content to nurture them. What happened was I accidentally went viral. It's not viral, but I went like micro viral. Where on TikTok I got about 30,000 views, like very small level viral, and on Instagram I got like just under 10. Like I think it's like between 8 to 9k. So it didn't do amazing on Instagram, but did okay on TikTok.
Yeah,
And it got a lot of engagement, comments, etc. And it was very like the piece of content I posted was talking about me being authentic, making it clear like what my views were, and also that I had a business that was doing well. So it was
yeah,
like hitting all angles, and like it did define me. So and because it did well, Alex Hermosi said, if a piece of organic content performs well, it will probably perform well as an ad. So what I did was I went back to my campaign, I looked at my follower ads, I saw the least the one that was performing the worst. Um, got rid of that video. Obviously, I duplicated the campaign first because you never want to touch the original one in case the duplicated one goes wrong.
yeah.
Um, so I duplicated the campaign, deleted that ad, and bro, I put in that reel, and just within 2 days, it's already caught up to my other ads that were running. In fact, my cost per
Man,
result went down from went down by 37.5%, and my click through rate doubled to 10%.
that's crazy.
So yes, it's doing
That,
well.
that that's a good point you made with like not every single ad that you need to run needs to be a scripted ad in the sense where it's like super salesy or like click this link. If it's a piece of content that's naturally done really well, run it as an ad. It doesn't always need to be an ad to a link, as you've done. It can be an ad straight back to your profile, which is what I'd probably recommend if it was a post that's done well naturally.
Yeah, I think one thing that I want to touch on as well is like, dude, I'll go on my phone right now and I'll show, but I gained a total of new followers
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
from when I launched the ads to now in 18 days. I gained 332 followers.
Incredible.
And like the thing is, those followers are people that are like really liking the
Yeah,
content I post, right? And those are my exact audience I want to target so I can nurture them with my content. And I just want to say, if I can do that in 20 days, in 18 days, with a very low, like a relatively low ad spend, like everyone that's got less than 1,000 followers, genuinely, there's no excuse for you. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna just say it the way it is. You need followers to have social proof, to have some level of okay. So like some,
yeah.
I don't know how to call it, but people respect you more when you have a few
100%.
followers. So I just go ahead and run some ads. If you're at like 700 followers, run ads for 20 days, run ads for a month, just to get past the 1,000 mark. Buy the blue tick because the support you get from
Yeah,
Meta is insane. You need that support if you're running ads. And optimize your bio and have some content there, and boom, there you go. Within 20 to 30 days, you have a great start to your social media handle. And it's like the exact thing that you need to continue growing your business, even if you're away doing other things.
yeah, facts. Facts. Speaking of good support as well, go high level. Touching on the email marketing point you made a little bit earlier, that is one of the best softwares that I've used. I went through the walkthrough a couple of nights ago at like 2:30 in the morning for an hour, so it's a little bit rusty. Some of the stuff didn't completely take it all in, but in terms of the email marketing, that's something that me myself I haven't really touched as of yet. And it's definitely a huge thing that I've been missing out on in terms of just consistently hitting your leads at a different angle, because there's no real negative that can come from another angle of targeting a lead. Obviously, you don't want to spam them too much, but if you can cover every angle, then the likelihood of you getting that lead on a sales call 10 times higher. But yeah, go high level, very very good. Especially all the workflows and all the stuff that you can create with it. I would say it's more than worth the £70 a month or however much it is.
Bro, 100%, 100%. If you, I think the one thing that I really value is like customer support. And I think that's where I go really hard on like customer support for my own business. And it's like when you have customer support, especially with software and stuff, where they go like all the way to the point where these guys will get on Zoom calls with you straight away to fix your issues. Like that is so good.
Like 24/7 round the clock, bro. Like it's second to
It's
none.
insane.
Like see with Instagram, for example, even the support you do get with Meta Verified, it's a million times better because outside of that you don't get support, but it's still not amazing. Like like it's not
Mm.
compared to Go High Level where you're on a Zoom call, you're sharing your screen, and then they're also on their laptop fixing your issue as quick as possible. Like it's a game changer. And as you said, if you can implement that into your business where people know if they've got a problem, they can come to you and rely on you, then the longevity you've got with that client is tenfold. Because again, I'm not going to leave Go High Level for any other software that does the same thing because one, it's probably not a better software, and two, the support is definitely not going to be better elsewhere.
Bro, 100%, 100%.
So, yeah. So one thing I also wanted to speak about was the relationships that people can have with themselves. So I was speaking to someone, and essentially they keep promising themselves that they're going to start and they're going to do something. This is in terms of business, and 3 months has passed
Yeah.
and absolutely nothing's happened. And I was explaining to him actually just before this call, I went on a walk with him, and I was saying you're going to end up associating yourself with the guy that just says things and doesn't do it, and that's a very very slippery slope. Once you start to associate with that, and once your own word to yourself starts to lose meaning, um, so that's something, especially within business. Your word is everything, especially with your own business. Like with me, for example, if I've given my word today to get, you know, 20 reels revised for a client, which I promised and I did get done, that you need to do that. Otherwise, someone else that's a competitor, they will do that for your client. They'll make the promise and they'll follow through, or they'll do that for their own business, and you're going to get left behind very quickly if you don't stick to your word.
Yeah, man. Like I think what frustrates me is people who don't stick to their word, and it's like the thing is, like I understand things happen, like something can get in the way, but you need to get really good at managing expectations because I find like now that I'm like a bit more open and understanding of people, like I'm
Yeah,
trying to I understand to a degree how people work, and I'm still working on that understanding for myself, and it's like most of the time when something goes wrong, it's because expectations weren't managed, right?
yeah,
So I'll put it this way for you. If I said to you, like as you, and let's say you were a prospect, and I said, "Hey, I can get you 5 clients in 90 days." If I then get you 100, you'll be extremely happy, and if I get
yeah,
you three, you'll be extremely annoyed. However, if I said to you, "I'll get you 5 clients in 90 days," and then no, sorry, if I then said to you, "I'll get you 100 clients in 90 days," and then I only got you five, you'd be extremely annoyed. But then if I got you 100, you still would probably feel neutral because that's what I promised. So it's
yeah,
like you wanna just get really good at managing people's expectations. And I think a mistake beginners make especially is they try and promise the world and they just can't
yeah.
deliver to that expectations. Like if you're a
Exactly.
beginner, I swear to God, like you'll get so much better results if you just say, "Hey, look, I've only done this like 3 times, and it's worked all 3 times. I'm confident it can happen with you as well. This is the exact process. Do you want to roll with me or no?" And people like appreciate the
Yeah,
transparency. And a lot of the time, because I've been transparent with expectations, people stick with you until it works, which is just I don't know why, but it does. Right. And it like
yeah,
eventually, obviously, when you do get it working, they are even more grateful because now they have like a story to tell with working with you. And it's like you guys have built some sort of relationship going through the
yeah.
highs and lows together.
There's a mutual respect as well with just being honest with someone that you're working with as well, and not feeling the need to always like lie and make something up. One of the things that I used to do when I was a beginner, it wasn't necessarily over promising what I would provide, but it was the time frame that I would do it in. So I would be like, I'll get you 6 videos by tomorrow, and then I'm like, oh, fuck, I need to edit all 6 of them. Do you know what I mean? Or like this was right at the beginning,
Yeah.
but it's like I was giving myself deadlines that were then automatically creating huge amounts of stress. When, for example, I could have said it'll take me 3 days, and then I do it in two, and they're much more happy than if I say I'll get it to you tomorrow and I get it to them tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Because then they're just satisfied because you've only delivered what they've asked. So it's very crucial to just have that extra layer of thinking when you're doing things like that, and also being aware of your own time and not just jumping at what a client wants. Because at the beginning, obviously, a lot of people are naive and they'll maybe just see the money at the beginning. So a lot of people will just take stuff on board, maybe when they can't facilitate it or they don't actually have the skills to physically do it yet. Like I know I done that a couple of times right at the
Mhm.
beginning, and it's not super beneficial when you can lead yourself into it a bit smoother instead of just chucking yourself in the deep end. However, there's benefits to both.
Yeah, there definitely is. But I think with beginners, a lot of the time, it's like, I don't know what it is, but people can just sense the desperation, man. Like, if you
Yeah,
try and promise the world in like 30 seconds, it's like, bro, who are you kidding? And even if you do sign someone on, it will be such a nightmare because A, you can't deliver on what you promised
yeah,
them. B, those clients that sign on with you are like the worst clients in the world. So it's a very huge lose lose
yeah. Facts.
situation for everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Facts.
You know,
Facts.
and
That's what.
one thing I do want to say as well is like just to quickly like add on to the whole beginner stuff is I've been getting a lot of comments recently. I don't know what it is, but people love to call me a scammer, and it's like, bro, my entire brand is built on honesty.
Yeah,
Like, what are you on about? You know, and it's like, I
yeah,
think, I think for beginners, I think you guys need to, like, first of all, don't scam people. Secondly, beginners, if you do want to reach out to us, like, don't expect us. I mean, maybe not me, like maybe not Aaron, but like for me specifically, like, don't expect me to help you build your business up from scratch because every business is different. You know, even like down to the company culture, the operations, the SOPs. Like you can't expect me to build all that out with you or for you because it's just not like reasonable for me to do. You know,
yeah,
so it's like first of all, I can't help you or teach you how to build your own business. All I can do is marketing plus sales. But
yeah.
now that
Facts.
I've made that abundantly clear, like I'll still get people like trying to tell me, "Oh my god!" Like the comment that I get all the time is "Nice try, Diddy," and it's like, "Stop it."
I see it, bro.
It's like
I see that on
it's
every ad,
like
every single ad. It's like, I actually wanted to touch on this point as well with that, like people comment and stuff like that on it, because even with me, like I've had a few people who have just commented randomly on my reel, like they haven't even been boosted, and people just commenting like "shut the fuck up" and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
it,
bro.
it just shows you the the lack of sort of self belief people have in themselves to a degree. That's why I commented on your post earlier when you made it that to to grow yourself, you need to invest. You need to be open to investing, and all these people are so closed off to that, which is why they're sitting commenting on Instagram and they're not doing anything productive with their life. But it's
Bro, it's
crazy.
so insane.
It's crazy. I do.
I've
I.
had
I
a
on you go.
I've had people like bro, it's so insane. I've had people try and tell me that I am like a fraud, like and
Yeah.
like the thing is I roll with it now. Like at this point I just like comment back saying, "Yeah, you got me, bro. I'm such a scammer." And
Yeah.
it's like I've even said to him like, "You know what? Like how about you go ahead and find someone I've scammed and bring them back to me and I was like delete my entire business." And it's like you
Yeah.
can't prove me wrong. Like you can't prove yourself right. And it's like, what do you want me to do? And oh, bro, it's just
Yeah.
so funny to see these comments. And it's genuinely these people that are just they're just like projecting their own limiting beliefs and beliefs they
Yeah.
have about themselves onto you because
Facts.
no way someone can make any type of money without like being a drug dealer or something crazy or scamming people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's where people always go. It's always the shortcut, or they've got lucky, or it's like even people who are in sports. It's like, oh, they must just have lots of talent. It can never be the hard work or the fact that it actually, in our cases, our services actually do work. I do semi understand it though, because there's a lot of shit talkers out there, but you need to
For sure.
differentiate. You need to differentiate between people who are real and genuine and people who are just trying to sell you to make money. And I think it's quite evident. Like, I went on 4 or 5 mentor calls, and every single one of them, I was like, nah, this guy just wants to get 5K off me for a package and fucking put me in a group chat. Do you know what I mean? Then with you, for example, when we first spoke, I was like, right, this guy's genuine. He's not like trying to fucking blackmail me on a sales call to to put my credit card information in. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all about if you've got if you've got a proper functioning brain, you'll be able to tell the difference between the two. But yeah, I agree on your point, Philly. It's people just projecting insecurities, and as I said, that's why they're in Instagram comments watching us.
For real,
But
man.
yeah, I think that maybe be a good place to leave it off. Leave it off. I think that'd be a good place to end it.
Let's go, bro.
So yes, people, give us a like, a comment, a share. Profit Philosophy on Instagram as well. We will have the TikTok booming very soon as well. Profit Philosophy on there too. And yeah, give us a like, give us a share. Peace out.